What is up, guys? My name is Lex. It's Friday night, 2 days before Christmas, and we are here at Seminole Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida, ready to play a poker session. Make sure to stay tuned all the way to the end of this video. It's unlike any video I've ever made before. We get down to the table, buy in for $2,500. Let's get started. First hand, there's a limp for $25 from a middle position player. I isolate raise on the button with ace-8 of diamonds to $75. The small blind calls $75 and the middle position limper calls $75. So 3 ways to a pretty nice flop of 9-5 deuce 2 diamonds. So I have 1 overcard and the nut flush draw. Small blind checks, and now middle position player leads right out into me for a $90 bet. I don't have any history with this middle position player, but it is quite odd to lead out on a 9-high board into the initial raiser after you limp called preflop. I don't expect him to really have any 2 pairs on this board, but he could be doing this with a hand like ace-9. Maybe he limp called with 10-9 or jack-9. So I decided to just call and the small blind folds. So we're heads up to the 10 of hearts on the turn, and my opponent continues now for a $175 bet. I am getting slightly confused here. He led out on a 9-high board and now continues with a 10 of hearts on the turn. I don't expect him to be doing this with a 9x hand anymore. So what is he representing? A flop set? An overpair like jacks or queens that he limped in preflop? All I know is that he doesn't look too confident with his bet timing or his bet sizing either. I consider maybe raising here as a bluff, but I think versus this price in position, I can just call, try to realize my equity. It's also possible he could have a hand like Queen X of diamonds or King X of diamonds as well. So I make the call for 175, looking for some help on the river, maybe a diamond. Not this time. It is the King of clubs, and he continues now for a fast bet of $375. And now I am perplexed. I'm super confused. What is he possibly representing with this line? Limp call preflop, bet the flop, bet the turn, and now continue for a large sizing here on the river. When it comes out the King of clubs, what is going on? Something is smelling fishy in this hand. I can't really articulate everything that's going on in my head in this certain situation, but I'm just pretty sure this guy is bluffing. His hand doesn't make any sense. His particular line doesn't make any sense either. Donk, bet the flop, bet the turn, and now continue for a large sizing on the river. This King of clubs should be helping my range. It's also an overcard to a 9x or a 10x hand. His bet pacing was also very strange as well. Once the king came out, he bet within like 3 or 4 seconds. And when people bet very fast, when the river card changes the dynamic of the board, a lot of the time we're bluffing. So I consider hero calling here with ace high. However, I have made some really light call downs in the past and people were bluffing, but they were bluffing with smaller pairs, like 4th pair or 5th pair. So instead of hero calling, I decided to turn my ace high into a bluff and go all in for his last $850. He looks over at me, looks back at his cards, says Queen Jack must be good, and he folds. We take this one down.
Queen Jack is good.
If you are waiting for your game, purchase your chips in advance to the cashier once again. If you are waiting for your game,
might be the best hand. Maybe ace high
First
good.
line is at cashier, first line is at cashier, first line is at cashier.
In this next hand, one of the best things in poker happens. I get pocket aces on the button and raise to $75. Small blind folds, big blind folds, but straddle re-raises me to $250. Like I said, one of the best things to happen when you have pocket aces is you get 3-bet. Now, I feel like he's going to be very strong in this situation because he could just close the action with a call and he decided to 3-bet. So I feel like he's going to have some big pocket pairs like jacks plus, maybe ace king, ace queen. So I 4-bet in position to $600. Looking to build this pot up back over to my opponent who folds. All right, well, we take a little one down here with pocket aces. The start of this session was quite frustrating. I was picking up a lot of hands and either not getting any action, not connecting with any boards, or just having to fold post-flop, which meant I was just losing a lot of small to medium-sized pots. For example, in this hand, there's a raise to 50, a call for 50, and I look down at a beautiful ace-queen suited in the blinds. I bump it up here to $250 in both of my opponent's call. We get a nasty 8-8-3 board, no heart on the flop. So I decide to check. The action checks all the way around. Turn 9, I check again. One player bets and I fold. Just a couple hands later, I peel back aces in the cutoff, raise to 75, button calls and straddle calls. 3 ways to king 9-5, 2 clubs. A pretty great flop for pocket aces. When they check to me, I bet out $175 and they both fold faster than you can imagine. Another small win here with aces, but like I've said before, it's better to win a small pot with aces than lose a big pot with aces. Moving on to the next hand. I call a raise with queen jack of clubs in the big blind and the straddle calls as well, and we go 3 ways to a great flop for me. Jack 5 deuce, 2 clubs, top pair, and the queen high flush draw. Action checks all the way around, and the turn card's the ace of hearts, a nasty card, no club, and an overcard to our pair. I check, straddle checks, and now the initial raiser bets out a big bet of $275. Now he only has $600 left in his stack, so I could call here trying to hit a club, a queen, or a jack, or I could raise, putting him all in. I decided to just raise it up. Sometimes we're going to have the best hand here, and also if I hit the club, I want to get the maximum. He very quickly calls my all in, so now the pot is over $1,500. We may be behind, we may be ahead. I don't know yet, but when the river comes out, the king of clubs giving me the queen high flush, I'm pretty sure our hand is good. And it looks like we were ahead the entire time, and my opponent shows queen 8 of hearts for a queen high flush draw on the turn, and we end up scooping about a $1,500 pot here. Finally, a decent pot about 2 hours into our session. Before we move on to the next hand, I'm excited to announce my first ever Florida meetup game is coming in the end of January, January 31st at Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. It's going to be a 1-3-5 mandatory straddle game. It starts around 6 p.m. I'm going to be playing at the tables for hours and hours. Come out on January 31st. Play some cards with me. Get on the vlog. Have some drinks. Have some food. Hope to see all you guys there. It's going to be a ton of fun. In this next one, we're only playing 6-handed, and I peel back ace-10 offsuit from early position, raise to 75, and get one call from a very loose, aggressive player. He hardly ever folds post-flop, does not like to be bluffed, so when the flop comes out queen 8-9, we have a gut shot and one overcard. When he checks, I just check this one back versus this particular player, and the turn is the jack of diamonds, now giving me a straight. He checks again, I bet out $150 and he makes the call. River card 6 of hearts, he checks for a third time. We're only losing to king 10, which I don't think he has very often. So I size up to $450 and we get a very quick call. I think we're maybe chopping, but once I show my hand, he mucks and we win. Well, for a Friday night, I'm not too excited about this table lineup. It's full of almost all pros, not too many people getting out of line, so I'm considering ending my session early. It's around 11 o'clock. I've only been playing for about 3 hours before this next hand comes up where I raise 6-7 suited in the hijack to $75. Cutoff call 75, and now the button 3 bets me to $300. Back over to me, I have $5,000. He has about $3,000. I consider making a tight fold here, but I feel like 6-7 is not going to interact with any of the cards that he's 3-betting with. I feel like he's going to have a lot of overpairs and big Broadway cards, so if I smash this flop, maybe I could win a big one. I make the call and the cutoff calls as well. Ace, ace, 4, 2 spades, and the action checks all the way around. Turns a 5, now giving me open-ended. I check again, cutoff checks, and the button checks for a third time. Interesting. Okay. Going here to the river, and it is the 3 of hearts. We go runner, runner, nut straight in a 3-bet pot. Not too bad. I decide to lead out for a small sizing here, trying to get hero call by pocket 10s or jacks. I bet out $300. Cutoff folds, and button folds. So we take down this one with a runner straight on the river. Honestly, after this hand, I just don't really feel like playing and battling against these regs anymore, so I end up racking up my chips and booking a $1,500 win, but instead of going home, I grab myself a beer and sit down with the 1-2 tables. I buy in for about $150 and decide to do something pretty fun. In the spirit of Christmas, only 2 days away, I tell the dealer that every pot I win, she gets to keep for a tip. Alright, every pot I win, you get to keep, okay?
The pot.
Yeah.
10.
Since you said that, I let it go.
Alright. I had the best hand.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Unless it's too big.
Merry Christmas to me.
In this next hand, I straddle on the button for $5. Big blind calls, middle position player calls, and I check my option with Jack 5 offsuit. 3 ways to 8, 9, 6 with 2 spades. Big blind leads out for a $5 bet, and when middle position player calls, I decide to go with a weird raise to $25, trying to just take this one down. Big blind folds and middle position player folds, so we get this small bluff through. Alright, lucky day.
Sure? Thank you. Yeah, I have to ask again. Really?
So they're only coming in at that one time.
I got a couple highlights running through the bloodstream, so when I look down at 6-7 suited, it looks like a good hand for me to go all in with, so I ship it just open rip all in here for about $100. My opponent to my left says call, and I'm like, oh crap. So he calls $100 and everybody else folds, and we end up going heads up here to 5 cards. The dealer's got a sweat because if she can win this one, she can get over a $200 tip. Oh God, that's not me. 5.
Put you on your misery. Sorry.
You win.
I know you were excited about that. You gotta show it at least.
No. I switch tables, buy a beer and rebuy for about $100 and pick up a monster right away in the big blind. This is your time, Mo. This is your time. Any hand I win, you get to keep.
Yeah,
okay?
me too. Like crazy.
Time for a cooler.
Oh yeah.
Ace King offsuit in the big blind. There's a limp for $2, a raise for $5, a call for $5, and I decide to ship in my $100 pre-flop here. Everybody folds, and the dealer Mo ends up getting an early Christmas gift of about $20.
All of these?
Yeah. Every hand. No more wins at this table, so I switch over to my third 1-2 table of the night and consume probably my third or fourth beer of the night. I'm ready to gamble, so when there's a raise to $10 from a vlog watcher, I'm on the button with King 10 of hearts and rip all in for around $100.
All in.
Hey guys, just for a reminder here, sorry to interrupt. This gentleman has the permission to record on this table. Okay, so just letting you guys know. Just a heads up. He's not recording anybody's faces.
We know. I know. We know.
He's recording. No, I was told because I was,
You gotta tell.
with other people.
I'm playing with Lex.
Do you have a good hand?
Yeah, I'm fine.
She gets to keep the pot if I
Yeah,
win.
so I'm playing for a good cause, right?
111, yeah. 11, yeah. Awesome. Okay.
You gonna flip?
$1 back. All right.
Not yet. I don't want to show how bad my hand is. Oh, God. You probably
It's bad.
win.
It doesn't look too bad for you.
I have king high.
Oh, ace.
Oh my gosh. Nice hand.
You're not high. But I went it.
All right. The board did not run out in our favor, and we end up losing against Ace 3 of clubs. Shout out to this guy for giving me some action. He says he watches my videos, and he was rooting for me because I told the table that the dealer was going to win the pot. Also, shout out to this guy as well. When I turned off my camera, he threw the dealer at least $20 as a tip on just a $200 pot. A new dealer comes in and I buy in for another $100. I've been all in a couple times and haven't won any big pots, but that is about to change. I call a $5 raise with King 7 of diamonds and I end up flopping the nuts. All right, you get to keep the pot if I win. So put out diamonds. Oh my God. Holy shit. I'm all in.
All in.
Oh shit.
I'll be all in.
He caught. Uh-oh. These guys have seen me go all in with king 9 of hearts, so when I flop the nuts on ace queen 8 all diamonds, I go all in here for $95 and I get snap called by the middle position player. What amazing news. Everybody else folds and we're all in here for over a $200 pot. I have a flush. Merry Christmas, Veronica. You got it.
You said give me diamonds. I don't know why they called.
No, for you.
Clearly, it's a flush.
Yeah. Look at that flop. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Oh, you have to fold.
Yeah, of course. No, especially after you calls, I'm like, all right, somebody's got the flush. I didn't think you had it.
Finally, a dealer gets to take down a big pot. I buy in for another 100 and look down at king queen offsuit. There's a raise to 10 and I ship all in for around $87. Back over to the initial raiser who calls and we're all in again, around $180 in the middle this time.
87.
All right, here we go.
87, 3 versions. Okay,
All right, this could be a good day for you, Veronica.
This could be a great day.
No, most likely you're gonna win. I'm getting the shit all night, so just to go home early.
I need a 9-10 jack. Oh, that's not good.
You have ace?
No,
I have an ace.
that's good. You win.
Aces,
Good hand.
king,
King queen. Nice hand. We can't win this flip, so I buy in for another $100. The guy who I beat king 7 of diamonds versus 10-3 of diamonds on the ace queen 8 all diamond board actually comes over, tells me he watches my vlogs, and gets a selfie with me. There you go. All right, take picture. Inception.
All in.
Damn, I shouldn't fold.
Wait, he's got to
See the future. It's all good. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
A couple hands later, there's 2 limps for $2, and I shove all in for $95 here with pocket 8s. The big blind snap calls me with over $700 in his stack, and the middle position player goes all in as well for around $87. So we're all in here with pocket 8s, 3 ways, almost $300 in the middle. This is a massive sweat for the dealer. If she can deal me a winner, it could be a great night for her. Come on. This is me, guys. This is me. This is me. This is me. This is me. There it is. Oh my God. Do you want to show? No? No.
Not gonna show the
Side and the middle.
Oh, you got it. You got it. For you. For you.
For me?
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
Love to see it.
Wow. How do I hit the 8 on the flop?
Well.
This was your lucky day.
Making content or what?
Yeah. Well, it's Christmas time, so I'm trying to give it back to the dealers.
You're making content.
Yeah, I make YouTube videos, yeah. Finally, after losing all my all-ins, I flop a set and turn a full house for a massive one. I end up taking back the side pot, which ended up being around $31. So I got $36 left here with pocket 3s. I call a raise and go 4 ways to an 8 deuce 8 flop. Action checks all the way around, and the turn is a 3. I make a full house. This is it.
All in. 26.
I'm sorry, man. I got it.
That's it. Heads up.
I got it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Oh, my God. All right, that's it for me. You got it.
For me again? Oh,
Yep.
Thank you.
Good luck, guys. I know. That was a lucky one.
Quite the counterfeit to do something.
3. All right, guys. See you later. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. See you. Well, it is definitely feeling like Christmas here in South Florida. It is 51 degrees out tonight. 51 degrees for us Floridians is absolutely freezing. We're used to like 70, 80, 90 degree nights. So 51 degrees for us is just like frigid cold. People got their hats, their gloves, their snowshoes, their coats. It's cold out tonight. It's cold. But as for today's video, kind of a boring night at the 5-10 game. Nothing too crazy ended up happening there. But after that, I went to the 1-2 game and I did something I've never done before. I decided to give away every single pot that I won to the dealer as a tip. I felt like it would be cool, it'd be fun, and also give the dealers a little bit of a sweat. And, you know, it's 2 days before Christmas. It's nice to give back and nice to do some fun stuff for these awesome dealers here at the Hard Rock. So some of them won some small pots, some dealers won some medium pots, and then the last dealer there, she won probably like $500. I flopped the nut flush with the King X of diamonds, made a full house with pocket 8s, made a full house with pocket 3s, and she ended up taking all that. So it was fun. I also got to play with and talk to some people who watch my vlogs that play here at the Hard Rock who don't ever get to play with me because I always play 5-10. So that was fun. Cool session tonight, a little bit different. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. And as for coming up next, we're going to Jacksonville Best Bet next weekend for a live stream, and then Vegas after the New Year. So that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, I'll see ya.